Sanjay, hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Morning, ma'am. I'm pretty well. How about you, ma'am?
Happy New Year. It's been so
Same to you.
long
Same.
since we've seen each other, no? All okay with you?
I Yeah, everything is going fantastic. But actually, I used to not get your session. Actually, that's
Oof,
why I think
my
you
God.
are.
Sanjay, everyone is complaining to me. I am not doing anything, okay? I am
Actually,
not doing anything.
I think somehow you are giving some less slot. That's why.
No, no, I am giving quite a few slots. So even my technical team has been telling me, Madam, please open more slots, and that's what I'm doing. But
Okay.
it's by God's grace, it gets filled very fast. So that is the thing, you know. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
God has been very kind. It's not because of me. It's just I think a good fortune, good learners, and yeah, that's how we're doing it. Yeah. Great. But how are you
Got
doing?
it.
It's so nice to see you. It's very nice to talk to you after so long. Has it been a good start to the year so far? Because January is finishing in 2 days. Yeah, I'm looking at my calendar here. That's why I was looking here. So how has the new year been treating you so far?
As far as New Year concerned, so so journey is going good in terms of New Year, but in terms of company, the previous actually in the nick of time, 31st December, there was major incident in my company, and
Oh,
the four-person lost their life at 6 p.m. 31st December, and there was major incident happened in my company.
what was it? Can
Yeah.
you please tell me what it was? Was it there in the
There
papers?
was
No, it wasn't on the papers. No, if this happened.
AMNS, ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India Limited, ArcelorMittal.
Okay,
It was the talk of many towns. It was in
right.
news at that time. Yeah,
Okay.
so
What happened exactly?
there was fire broke out in my company, equipment failure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it happens. It happens sometime, but if the person is died, that is an enormous thing. So I think that is big
Yeah,
thing.
my
So
God.
it is
Oh, very
fine.
heartbreaking.
So we had, yeah, actually, I'm living company town since. So we had great setup for New Year celebration. So in the nick of time, we had to cancel the setup. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Got it. Oh, very sad.
mhm.
And these workers, their families, they have been compensated. But see, compensation is no amount of compensation is going
Yeah,
to bring back. Yeah.
nobody can give life, and definitely, actually, whatever salary we are getting for the company, they will deduct some amount from the employees' salary, and they will get use money. But
Okay.
the company cannot provide life, and if life
Yeah.
gone, so Mm,
Yeah. A life lost is a life lost. Yeah. What can we do?
yes,
Very heartbreaking. Oh, okay. That's very sad. So it must have been difficult for you employees also to, bring in the new year. It must have been on a very somber note, no? Yeah.
right. Actually, my company CEO has wished us after a long time. I think couple of days back, and he has spread message that I am wishing to you all Happy New Year. And because he couldn't wish on that time on January because
Yeah.
of that incident, and so
Obviously.
it was
Yeah.
heartbreaking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what to do, no? I mean, this is an occupational hazard, no? Because this, like you're telling me now,
Yeah,
that this
yeah.
is a regular
It
occurrence
is
unfortunately.
so this is a steel company. We always face such types of problem, but we are implementing automation and we are doing a lot of thing. But having said that, sometimes we face unfortunate accident and
Yeah.
where we don't have any control, and so it proves that whatever had to happen has happened.
Okay. Well, anyways, may their souls rest in peace, and I really hope that their families will be able to recover, or they have already. It'll be difficult, but still, they have to eventually. power through it, no? So what can they do? It's life. Yeah. I was just, listening to the way you were speaking. And I know this is a very tragic thing, and I'm not ideally supposed to be correcting you, but I want you to be perfect because after all, that
Yeah,
is why
yeah.
you're here. So,
Right,
Sanjay,
right.
if you
You can correct me.
have your chat box, can you see what I'm typing in the chat box? You can see that, right?
Hi.
So whatever I type in the chat box, you can just take a screenshot of it, yeah, just for your records, because the
Okay.
transcript will not be available. Sorry, yes, the transcript will not be available. The recording is there, but the transcript will not be available. So just take a screenshot of whatever I'm typing. You started the conversation by saying that there was a fire broke out. This was the exact sentence that you gave me. There
There
was
was a
a
fire
fire broke out. BROKE. So there was a fire broke out. Now, this sentence was grammatically incorrect. The reason I'm
Okay.
saying that is because a fire had broken out was the way
Okay.
that you should have said it. Either you could have said like
All
this,
right.
that is, if you were avoiding the there, you could have said a fire had broken out, and this is the best way to say it because it's a simple but effective way of doing it. Number one. That is the first thing I want to say. If you want to use the word there, what you could have said is there was a fire in our organization. There was a
Okay.
fire in our organization. That is, if you want to use the word there. The best way of saying it is a fire had broken out. To break out is what we call a phrasal verb. What is the meaning of a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is nothing but the combination of a verb and a
And
preposition.
preposition. Mm,
Exactly. So a verb plus preposition, break is a verb, out is a preposition, verb plus preposition, break out. Phrasal.
okay. Okay.
Breakout means occurred. Breakout, the
Uh,
meaning of
uh,
breakout context is occurred.
whenever there will be phrasal verb, I think meaning would be changed.
The meaning does not change, Sanjay. The meaning will remain intact, but
Okay.
it adds more life to your sentence, more effect to your sentence, rather than saying that a fire
Okay.
happened in the organization or a fire happened in the company. Boring. But instead of that, if you say a fire broke out in the organization that I work in, that adds more value or more effect to your sentence, a positive effect to your sentence. That is the advantage of using phrasal verbs in your sentences. And there are countless phrasal verbs in the English language.
Yes.
And to
Yes.
go
Yes.
through all those phrasal verbs is a next to impossible task. But this is just an example of how you can use. You actually use the phrasal verb. Unfortunately, the sentence structure was incorrect. That is why
Yeah.
I want to
Structure
correct.
was not proper. Yeah.
The next thing I wanted to tell you was you said in the Nick, so we had to cancel the celebrations. You said that you were in the middle of New Year celebrations, and we had to cancel. The exact sentence that you said is we had to cancel the celebrations in the nick of time. In the nick of time. Now, in the nick of time is an idiomatic expression. It's very good. But what is the meaning of this expression? It means that just in time.
Okay.
The exact translation of that sentence is in the nick of time. The exact translation would be just in time. In the nick of time means just in time. Now, the way you used this expression was incorrect. So, what you could have said is, we cancelled our celebrations in the nick of time. That means we cancelled our celebrations just in time. Not we had to cancel our celebrations. If you're saying we had to cancel our celebrations, nothing else has happened. We had to cancel our celebrations suddenly. But
Okay.
suddenly is not equal to in the nick of time. In the nick of time, literally translated means just in time. That means just within that span of
Okay.
time, just when we found out before the New Year celebration started itself, we had to cancel it. You understood what I'm saying? So, in the nick of time
Got
is
it.
used to talk about an event that is not yet happened. It is just about to happen, and in the nick of time, we cancel it. So we arrived just in the nick of time to view the fireworks. So you left the house, you already know that the fireworks are going to start at 8 o'clock in the evening. But now your wife has not gotten ready, your children have not gotten ready, and you are creating a fuss. You are the only one who's ready, Sanjay. And you say, hey, the fireworks are going to start at 8, the fireworks are going to start at 8. It's already 7:45. What is wrong with you people? You people are still not come, blah, blah. So that everyone leaves in a hurry. And just in the nick of time, that means just on the dot at 8, you arrive, and the fireworks also start. You understand?
Got it. Got it.
That is why we are using the expression in the nick of time. Clear? That is where we're using in the nick of time. Okay. Then you also talked about, okay, one more, I will give you one more correction, and then I want to check your pronunciation about something. You said that your
For
CEO
sure.
couldn't finish on that time. That's a very common mistake that most people make. The preposition usage in this particular context.
Mhm.
On that time, wrong. The CEO couldn't
Okay.
wish at that time
Okay.
or during
At
that
that
time.
time.
At that time or during. You can use either at or during. It's not a that time, sorry. Just at is what I meant to say. At that time or during that
During
time.
that.
So
Okay.
at, during is what you use when it comes to time. These are some certain formulae in the English language. If you remember these formulae, then you will not, your chances of making mistakes is less. Everything does not have a formula, unfortunately, but at least these basic formulae, if you remember, Sanjay, your chances of reducing or making mistakes reduces. That is the reason as
Right.
to why. So at or during that time, this is what is happening. Okay. Then the next thing I want to talk about is how you pronounce this particular word.
Salary.
Yeah, see, I'm not very happy with that pronunciation because there is an A coming into that conversation, and that is because of the mother tongue influence. I understand. It's
Mhm.
salary, sa, not say. It's sa,
Okay. Sir.
salary.
Okay.
Can you repeat it?
Okay. Salary. Salary.
But salary.
Okay.
Now you got it right. The way you pronounce that word, you know how you pronounced it? Like this. There is a word called celery.
Okay.
Celery is a vegetable.
Okay.
You get it? So when
Salary.
you say what happens to
Salary.
Sanja, I understand what you're talking about, right? But
Salary.
supposing you're speaking to someone else who's perhaps not very fluent in the language or who gets easily confused, then they'll be like, "Hey, this guy is talking about the company, and then suddenly he's bringing a vegetable into the conversation." So you should
Right.
not confuse your audience, and that is the reason as to why pronunciations are so important. So it's salary, but the vegetable is celery. Celery.
Salary. Salary. Got it.
Salary. So, Sanjay, the one thing I noticed is some minute grammatical errors. But I feel your pronunciation, maybe, based on this particular word as an example, maybe we can focus a little bit on your pronunciation. What do you think? So, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an article. Okay, now this is an article from an international newspaper. All right. So, I want
Okay.
you to just take 1 minute to read the article. Let me tell you the rules before I give you the article. I will give you 1 minute. During that 1 minute, I want you to read the article in your mind. In your mind. After 1 minute, you should pretend that I don't have the article in front of me. I don't know what the article is. So you should pretend I don't have the article in front of me. You should read the article in a fashion that I will understand. I should understand what you're trying to say. So I don't have the newspaper with me, and I'm like, Are Sanjay, what is the article in the newspaper? Yeah, it sounds interesting. Please read it for me. No? So when you read it, in the first attempt itself, I should understand what you're trying to do. So keep this in mind. So that is why I'm telling you take 1 minute to read the article because you're seeing the article for the first time. So suddenly when you see the article, you won't be able to know what it's about. So take a minute, read the article. Then after that, you can read it loudly for me. Okay. So now I'm going to understand what I'm saying. Is it okay for you, Sanjay?
Okay. So first I have to read and then I have to tell.
Yeah,
Okay.
read in your mind, then you should read it loudly for me. I will tell you, you can start reading it loudly, then you read it loudly. But you should read it in a fashion that I will understand because I will not have the article in front of me. You should read the article
Okay.
for me because I don't have the article in front of me. I
Okay.
should understand what you're trying to say. So keep that in mind. This is the only clue I'm going to give. So based on what I have told you, read the article. So now I will just now you will not be able to. My screen will probably be frozen because I have to go to another screen to get the article. We cannot share screens. No? So let me just go and take the article. Just give me 1 second.
Okay. So I have to read loudly.
Hi Sanjay, can you see me?
Yeah, you are visual.
Okay. So can you see what I have typed in the chat box?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So what I want to do is you understood the rules, no? So I'm going to set the timer on my phone now. Okay, I've got my phone. So let me just quickly set the timer on my phone for a minute.
I have to just read loudly only.
No, no, read the article first in your mind for 1 minute, Sanjay. Read the article in your
Okay.
mind for 1 minute in your mind. Then after 1 minute, I will tell you to start reading it loudly.
Okay. Okay.
Understood? Okay.
Mhm.
Your time starts now. Okay. Ready, Sanjay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So you can start reading it now.
A deluge of snow covered the alpine huts and sparkling Christmas trees that adorn the old town square. The Christmas markets were opening the next day, and the festooned courtyards, uh, yeah, dim, dimly its alleys and hidden gardens that offshoot the square had all been bustling with people enjoying a stroll or an al fresco uh, eggnog. Eggnog. This was Prague at it must and teaching. The city
Okay.
is unique.
Stop, Sanjay. Okay. So you are struggling to read the article. Is there a reason because you have not understood what the article is about? Is that the reason? Or because you're reading it
Actually,
very slowly? You are stopping
I
after
was
every word. Yeah. Tell me.
I was just paying attention on my pronunciation. Even I do.
That is the problem. Yeah. But I
If,
specifically told you, Sanjay, I want to understand because I don't have the article in front of me. Correct? So if I don't have the article in front of me, I should be able to understand what it is that you are trying to read. I should understand. So if you only focus on your pronunciation, your audience will not understand what you're trying to say because after every word you're stopping. You're reading it very slowly. You're reading it too slowly. So I was not able to understand. So now I have the article in front of me because I have to see what it is that you are reading, obviously. But if it is someone else who's listening to what you are saying, they will not understand. Even me, I would not be able to understand what you are trying to say. So
right.
let us start at the beginning. Can you read the first sentence for me from A till square? The first sentence, can you read it once again? Little more
First
fast.
sentence. Okay. A deluge of snow covered the alpine huts and sparkling Christmas trees that adorned the old town square.
What is the meaning of this particular word? Have you heard this word before? Deluge. How do you pronounce this word?
No,
Okay.
ma'am, I don't know.
Okay. So this
Deluge.
is not deluge, it's deluge. I want to hear the alphabet U. It's deluge. Deluge
Deluge.
means deluge is normally used to talk about a heavy snowfall. Either it is used to talk about heavy snowfall or heavy rainfall. So supposing I say Kerala experienced a deluge last week. Just to give you an example, okay? Kerala experienced a deluge last week. It is
Okay.
understood that Kerala experienced a heavy rainfall last week. When I use the word deluge, it is understood that Kerala experienced a heavy rainfall last week. Now, in this context
Right.
here, the author is making it very clear that it is a deluge of snow. That means a huge amount of snow that cannot be measured. It is not measurable.
Right.
So, a huge amount of snow. So, deluge of snow means a large amount of snow or a huge amount of snow. Now, the next part is how do you pronounce this particular word?
Alpine.
Alpine. Very good. Alpine refers to a structure that is created on top of the Alps or on top of the mountains. You must have heard of the Alps. The Alps are supposed to be the highest mountains. I think they're the highest mountains in the world, and they are located in Switzerland. So, an alpine hut refers to a hut or a house that is constructed on top of the mountains. That is constructed on top of the mountains. That is the meaning of alpine hills. Okay. So a deluge of snow, that means a huge amount of snow, is covering these huts that are located on the mountains. And the next part of the sentence is sparkling Christmas trees. I don't need to explain that. You already know the meaning of sparkling Christmas trees. That means shiny Christmas trees.
Chinese.
Shiny Christmas trees that adorned. Adorne. What is the meaning of adorned?
Adorn means arranging, sajana,
No.
kind of.
If I
Okay.
ask you to replace adorned with only one word, what word will you use? I will give you a
Adorn.
clue. It starts with D.
D. Decorating.
First class. Decorate. Adorn is a verb. Adorn is a verb. And you can replace adorn with the verb decorates. So in this context, we are using adorned because we're talking about something that happened in the past, which is why it is going in the past tense. It's adorned. So in that case, it would be decorated. So now let us read the
Right.
sentence once again. A heavy snowfall covered the huts on the mountains and the shiny Christmas trees that decorated the old town square. The old town square is a place in Prague. As you know, this article is about Prague. You already read it, correct? So you must have seen that this article is about Prague. Have you ever heard of this place, Prague?
Prague. No, I'm listening first time.
Prague is in Europe and it is a part of Czechoslovakia. Have you heard of
Czechoslovakia. Okay.
Czechoslovakia? It
Yeah,
is a
I
part
know.
of.
I know this.
So Prague is the capital city of Czechoslovakia, and the author is talking about his time in Prague. That is what this article is all about. So this first
Okay.
sentence you have understood. Is it clear so far? This first sentence is okay for you. You've understood the meaning of deluge, the meaning of alpine, and the meaning of sparkling. Very good. Now I want you to read the next sentence for me from the till eggnog. It's a long sentence. Go ahead.
Second one.
The Christmas market.
Ah, where is full stop? First I have seen. It is long actually.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a long
The
article. You're
Christmas,
right.
yeah, the Christmas markets were opening the next day, and the festoon courtyards, dimly its alleys and hidden gardens that offshoot the square bed, uh, all been bustling with people enjoying a stroll or an alfresco eggnog.
Stop. Now you are reading at a much better pace. Now you are not reading very slow. Earlier you were stopping at every single word. Today you are not doing that. Good job. Excellent. But at the same time, you initially started reading it well, but towards the end, I think you got a little, you were fumbling a little bit
Actually,
because you were not sure of the meaning.
actually, words are difficult, quite difficult.
No, I know. But the reason that is why I want you to read this, Sanjay,
Right.
because your grammar
Mhm.
seems decent, but your pronunciations, if you read these kinds of little advanced articles, your pronunciations will improve. That was my intention behind
Mhm.
it. So let
Yeah.
us read the sentence. Let's break the sentence down. The Christmas markets were opening the next day. We will break it down little by little. Now, this is the Christmas period. I think you must have understood that because in the first sentence itself, it is mentioned that there are sparkling Christmas trees. So in Europe,
Yeah.
you must be aware, Europe, Christmas is the biggest festival. So they have special Christmas markets, markets that are selling only Christmas related items. And these markets are along the streets. So the Christmas markets were opening the next day. So that sentence does not require an explanation. You know what a Christmas
Yeah, yeah.
market is. You
It is
don't
quite
need an
simple.
explanation.
Yeah. Mm,
Exactly. Now,
mm.
the next part, and the
Festoon.
Festoon. Have you heard this word before? Festooned. You
No, no,
pronounced it.
no.
Festooned means it is another word for festival or decorated. Decorated for a festival. To decorate for a
Okay.
festival is called festoon. So that means it looks nice and sparkly or shiny. That is the meaning of festoon. So let us read that sentence. The Christmas markets were opening the next day and the festooned courtyards. That means courtyard. Okay, what is the meaning of courtyard?
Courtyard means this is the big area, and I think in
Courtyard is a
our
big
home,
area of a garden or in front of a,
mm,
not necessarily, yeah, in front of a house also.
we
Some houses, they have a
we call it
massive,
we call it we call it Hindi Agan actually.
oh, I
Agan.
see. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Fine. So courtyard means it's like a big, massive area in the front where you can easily walk and run and jump and all
Yeah.
those things.
Mm-hmm.
So the festooned courtyard means the decorated courtyard, the courtyard that has been decorated properly. That is the meaning of festooned courtyard. Okay. So the decorated courtyards. Okay. Now from here onwards, you started fumbling a little bit. So can you tell me how you pronounce this particular word? That is these three words. Okay. I want you to read these three words. Okay.
Dimly lit alleys.
Okay. What is the meaning of each of these words? We'll start with dimly. What is the meaning of dimly?
Dimly, I don't know dimly, and lit. I think this is the if you are light a candle rather than cursing to darkness. I think lit jalana.
Lit. Very good. So lit is the past tense of light, the verb light. This is the past tense of
Okay,
light. Lit. Okay.
okay.
Now, what is the meaning of dimly? Dimly is an adverb. What is the meaning of an adverb? An adverb is a combination of an adjective plus verb. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the first thing I
Mm.
want to say. Second thing is the word dimly. Dimly means very dim. That means very poor lighting. Dimly lit means
Okay.
very poor lighting.
Sometimes we
Poorly
say
lit,
dim,
exactly
dim.
dim. So the
Yeah.
light on the veranda is very dim. Supposing I say like this, the light on the veranda is very dim. That means it is very poor. It is very low light. You can't see anything. It is there just for a
Yeah.
decoration purpose. You cannot read under that light, or you cannot see anything major under that light. It is there just for a decorative purpose. So the light on the veranda